My son, Moshe, he came back to visit us from Israel with his wife and children for the first time in almost 2 years. I picked him up after a red-eye flight, 5:30 in the morning. He and I put the bags in the back of the van, and then as I walk around to the front of the van to drive, he walks around the other side to the front passenger seat and gets involved in a conversation with a total stranger. I'm sitting in the car. I say to his wife behind me, "What's he doing?" She says, "I have no idea. Probably some mitzvah. Just let him do his thing." I say, "Okay." I sit. I turn the car on so we have the AC. And we're waiting. And they're talking. And then the guy goes back to his car. He brings something back. I'm thinking, what is going on here? And so eventually my son knocks on the window. I open it. He says, "Dad, you have $20? I whisper to him, "He must have really told you a great sob story if you're giving him $20. He whispers back to me, "No, I'm buying mezuzahs from him." I whisper back, "Mo, that guy does not look like a mezuzah salesman." I'm going to show you a picture. For those of you who don't recognize my son, he's the one on the right. The mezuzah salesman is the one on the left. And we can agree. The guy who my son said was a very nice guy doesn't exactly look like a mezuzah salesman. And what's he doing selling mezuzahs at Newark Airport at 5:30 in the morning? And the answer is, he explained to my son that he was hired to do a demolition job. And the home, he figured out somehow, was owned by a Jewish person. His boss said, "Just throw everything out." But he saw that there were these strange things on the doorposts. So he took them down and said, "The next time I see a Jewish person, I'll ask them." Went over to my son, "Are you Jewish?" "Yes." My son's thinking, where's this bageling going to go? And he tells him the story. And he shows him the mezuzahs. And my son then negotiates with him and buys them for $20. He said, "Dad, I didn't get a chance to open each one and check each word to see if they're kosher. But if they're kosher and he's going to throw them out, I have to save 4 mezuzahs from being thrown out. And even if they're not kosher, I have to make sure that they get disposed of properly." I said, "Son, I'm pretty sure that your namesake, the original Moshe, is pretty proud of you up in heaven." When we have the opportunity to do a mitzvah, we have to grab it.